Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're taking a look at the Archwick B&T Air SPR 300 Pro. Now WTF is the B&T Air SPR 300 Pro. So it's basically a bolt action sniper rifle. It's spring powered as far as I'm aware. And we're going to take a look at it today. So this is from Archwick. This is a licensed B&T Air product. Nice box here, nice branding. We open it up, we've got some bits and pieces in here. We've got a, what is this? Factory upgrade parts, suppressors, rail stuck adapters, SPR barrel holders, which is just like barrel shims, the stock and everything like that. And yeah, I'm not sure what that is, maybe some parts. We've got a manual here. Actually looks pretty damn good. Nice quality pictures. You can obviously tell they're photoshopped out, but you know it's not done in a bad way at all. Nice and clear. Plenty of information in there for you. How to operate it, how it does it, how it does that. And the reason why I'm so intrigued about this is it has a 2 magazine design. More on that in just a bit. So we're going to take this out. The first criticism I want to say to Archwick, and this annoyed me as soon as I opened the box. You've got the moulds to make plastic parts. You make this in black and you make it in tan. The fact that you don't get the black gun with a black base plate on is just like, you've got the moulds, just do a run of the parts in black. You've done it for the stocks and the other components. It would just be nice that that wasn't tan, but not the end of the world. It's just like, oh, come on, just fine. It's the fine details. So we've got that. We've got a, oh, bloody hell. Got another magazine down here, which is like a VSR style mag. It's got the Archwick logo on there, very nice. I'm guessing it's going to be like a 30 rounder. It's well packaged, so well packaged that it's a bit of a pain in the arse to get out. Got the barrel there, very nice, CNC hop unit. We've got a TDC right out the box. Now that is something you don't see every day, and this thing's a unit. It's got some weight to it. Can we get the end cap off? Not sure. Where does the inner barrel go to? The inner barrel goes to about here roughly. So we'll pull the barrel out. Other bits we've got in here. We've got a polymer front end here. Is the top part polymer? Yeah, so that's all polymer. Not that it's a bad thing at all. We've got some rail segments. We've got the action and the stock, which comes with another magazine in. Again, we'll get to that in just a moment. We can press the button here and unfold the stock. We've got the cylinder in here. Can we pull this out? Cylinder feels nicely made. We've got an accessory box. What's in here? Allen keys and whatever the hell that thing is. Looks like a spring guide. I would say it's a spring guide, maybe a spare one, so we'll leave those bits in there for now. Little accessory box, much like the way that Marui does it. I'm probably going to struggle to get that back in, so we'll leave it out for now. Let's get the box out of the way. It's taking up a hell of a lot of space on the bench. Let's put that down here. And yeah, we've got some funky stuff going on here. We've got a little latch where the bolt handle goes. You've got your safety there. Got a mag release on the right and the left hand side and underneath. And basically what this system does is once it's all together, you can take the normal VSR mag and you can load this from the front, so all your VSR mags should hopefully work, or you put in this little funky adapter here, and I do like this, and then what that enables you to do is it gets round the problem of having the magazine in the right place. So, you know, your feed's up here. A lot of companies do it with feed tubes, like the Silverback series, or you've got like a tappet plate system that comes back, which is tends to be very unreliable. This system takes the mag in the real place where the mag should be, but then redirects the feed through this mag, which is like a spacer, so it feeds them through there. So you are going to have a buffer zone that we're going to have to fill. But let's get to it. We've got a bit of tape on here. Is that to hold something in? I'm not quite sure. It's peel that tape off there. And this is like a premium airsoft bolt action, because these things aren't cheap at all. But, you know, if you're getting a solid oh yeah, that was to keep that in. If you're getting a solid premium product at that price and you don't have to chuck, you know, 500 quid's worth of upgrades at it, then maybe it's a good thing. So that part looks like it goes at the bottom here, and that one's going to fall out again. Let's just move that out of the way. So we're probably going to need this little funky part that sits at the bottom here. So this would be your spring guide. As that's in the gun, you'd put this up into place, and that would hold the spring guide and give you something to push against. Right, how the hell do we put this thing together? Let's find out. So we've got a system here. Is the receiver actually in, or is it slightly out? So the receiver looks like it's not quite situated down enough. There we go. We take the barrel. We'll put that little plug that was in the end there. I don't know why you wouldn't model that in to the design, but it's neither here or there. Slide this in, lock it in place, and then we're going to flip this over, and we've got like a little Allen key hole, which I'm guessing is a 3mm. Let's find out. Yep, 3mm Allen key, and you basically use that screw to tighten the barrel in so it's not going anywhere. It's still loose a little bit. What we'll do is we'll put everything else on, and then we'll figure it out. The bolt, I imagine you're going to have to put in with the stock folded. So we can slide this in the front here. Can we? Yeah, there we go. Slide that in. Are we in position? I think we are. And we take this spring guide and we put it in the back. If this all lines up. Let's pop the stock back out. And we pop that in place, and it sort of completes the trigger guard. So this little latch here is like to stop you from pulling the trigger basically when the bolt's not forward. So we can pull the trigger, put it up, and we can't pull the trigger, and you'll see it slightly flexes. If I push that down, I can pull the trigger all the way. Right, fantastic. We have extra accessories here as well. We have bolts. I presume the bolts are in this little package here. So we have a couple of bolts here. This, I imagine, will slide over and in to the top rail, and that all lines up. Now we do have a couple of bolts here. Not sure what that bolt's for, but we do have bigger bolts. So we can hopefully slide this into place. And then you would put that through your rail sections with a 4mm Allen key. Now I don't think you have to fit this part, but you know, more rail space, never a bad thing. So I'm not going to really tighten these down. We're just going to very loosely knit them up. So we've got the stock fitted, we've got the barrel fitted, we've got the front rail section fitted. So it's becoming a little bit of a unit. Screw this one up here. Not sure what that screw's for. Doesn't really seem to indicate. Tighten that up. Hopefully that now holds the barrel in. We can still access the TDC. And yeah, we're fully together. Not a bad looking rifle at all. It's not really that heavy either. Let's try the pull on the bolt. Nice and smooth, to be honest. Quite smooth. We'll use the VSR mag first. Now these BBs I've got in this speed loader are 0.4s out of these Rebel 0.4 bios. And let's turn the Chrono on and see what we get. How does that fit into place? So it latches on that there. There we go. Let's pop around through it first. Yeah. Oh no. Not feeding. Why are you not feeding? The mag sits really loose. Can we get to fire a shot? Don't think anything's coming out. No, nothing's coming out the barrel, which is strange. Let's see if we can pop one in manually. So it does feed. So that fed around, but for some reason it's not feeding from this magazine. Maybe the alignment's slightly off, not too sure. So what we're going to do, we're going to fill up the realistic looking magazine. And what we're going to do here, so what happens, this goes through a system in the magwell here that lines the two up like this on the other side of each other. So I'm going to pop the spacer in. So that spacer's in there. And then we're going to load in the normal looking mag, and you'll see it whoop, fed in there. Does this mag system work? Yes, it does. So these are 0.4 gram BBs. No, it didn't feed. Did feed then, so we're at 1.7 joules on 0.4. Didn't feed again. Didn't feed again. Right, what's going on with this thing? There's plenty of rounds in the feed tube. It looks to me like there's plenty of rounds in the mag, so you can see them all loaded in there. No feed. That fed. That fed. Maybe it's just, you know, settling in. 1.8 joules. Let's try an adjustment on this hop. Not sure which way it goes. Just put a little bit of hop on. And then we'll try and chrono it again. Getting 1.88 joules. Put a little bit more hop on. .89 joules. We'll try a tiny bit more. no feed, no feed again. So I'm not sure what's going on with this thing. I've just emptied all the rounds out the feed tube, like on other systems that work the same way. And something's going on here with the feed. I'm not quite sure what that is. Can I get this mag out? Magazines are a pain to get in and out of this thing. The front magazines, that is. Why can't I get this bloody mag out? So yeah, something's not quite right with this system. Getting that inconsistent feeding. Let's try this normal VSR type mag again, which only latches in from the front. Let's see if we can get this one to feed. No feed. No feed. No feed. So it does not feed off that mag. Some reason something's not quite lined up and it's stopping the BBs going into the hop unit, which is crazy, isn't it, really? Especially for something that's you know, a bit higher on the end on the scale of how things cost. Let's loosen the barrel back off and just make sure that's orientated properly, which it is. And then I'll tell you what else we'll do. Let's take off this front rail system. One thing I have noticed using this thing is it's quite front heavy. I don't think that's from the rail system, because the rail system's plastic. It's not great that I would have to investigate further with this thing. It does look kind of silly with that off, doesn't it? So I imagine you should fit it. But yeah, it's that's fed out the magazine, but I'm not sure why it's not feeding around. Right, that fed around, magazines fell out. Let's put that back in. No feed, no feed, no feed. Let's try reloading it by pushing the mag up. And it does. So you have to push the mag up for it to feed. I'm wondering if that screw, we might be missing a bolt off the front, which is like spacing it out slightly. So let's try. That doesn't seem to line up with the holes. Let me get that to line up a little bit better. Where'd it go? There it is. So maybe I was just missing a step there. But this screw doesn't want to go in. Like it's not lined up properly. Just try and force it in here. That would make a lot of sense actually, that there's movement. But unless you read the manual, which you probably should do. Let's give this thing another go, shall we? So, start, push it through, so hold the barrel. I suppose for properly the hop dial should be pointed at the show, still the front locking screw with a 3mm Allen wrench. Okay, so yeah, we needed to install that bolt, so I might have done a stupid there, but I was just quick to test it. Let's try it again. Yeah, I'm being stupid. Sorry, Archwick. So you just need to make sure that bolt's in. So I just opened it up. I was kind of stupid, really. I didn't quite think to add that, but now that's sorted, let's give the other mag system a go. So that works fine now. We put the spacer in first. And to be honest with you, I think this is how you would run it. I don't think you'd run it on VSR mags. I think it makes much more sense running it on these, you know, little mags, because it sort of completes the look of the gun. It's a bummer that that's tan and not black. Let's see if that affects the power in any way. So 0.4, and we're doing 1.9 joules, so it does. So we're about 2 joules with a 0.4. And yeah, it's firing nicely. That 2 mag system, I mean, it's kind of intuitive, really. So you can run it off, you know, magazines that you can get straight off the shelf, VSR stuff, very easy to find. Or, you know, you use the SPR 300 mags, which I'm pretty sure all the ones that are sold separately have the tan base plates on as well. It would be nice, that attention to detail, to have them in both colours. Many brands do that, and you know, the users can then choose. Easy to empty. It's got a little magnet on there, which I presume is that a magnet, or is that just some kind of spring-loaded? Yeah, it is a magnet. So that, I imagine, keeps the mag in. It is quite a long reach on your firing hand to do that, but it does still pop out, so not too sure on that one. Maybe it just helps secure the magazine when it's fully in, just make sure it's nicely all aligned up. So yeah, what do you think of the SPR 300 from Archwick? It's a very cool looking rifle. I do like the fact that out the box you get a fold-in stock, so if you're storing it or you're running it as like a secondary rifle and you've got like an SMG or something, or a normal rifle to run in like long games, it's nice to be able to get that out of the way. And they've done it properly by folding it to the left other than the right, like the stupid TAC 41 system, which I absolutely hate. So you'll see it sits nicely up against the rifle there. Nice trademarks, B&T SPR 300 black, which I presume is a rifle that's normally chambered in 300 blackout. The stock is extremely comfortable. You've got this nice rubberized butt pad that's curved, so it sits in your shoulder really nicely, to be honest. And yeah, now you've got that bolt in, you could run it without the handguard, you could run it with the handguard, like so. Does make it look cool. You've got this extended rail. Put a optic on it so I can show you what it looks like. And this one actually fits, unlike the TAC, not the TAC, the AACC1, which didn't fit. Right, let's whack this in. Make sure I've got the right torques, which needs a T25. And now it kind of resembles my full-size TAC 41 with the folding stock, although this folding stock is actually usable. Now the scope's on there, this is quite a heavy unit. But you know, you're not having to buy fancy CNC hop chambers, you've got one fitted right out the box. You're not having to go buy a TDC, you've got one fitted right out the box, so you're saving money there. So if you wanted to do an inner barrel and a hot rubber, it would be very inexpensive compared to doing a full hog upgrade on your normal rifles. It's firing about 2 joules on a 0.4. The bolt's smooth. It's got the 2 magazine system, which I really do like. I presume these are like GBB AR grips, so you know, putting different grips on is going to be easy to do. Adjustable cheek riser, foldable stock. I think you can adjust the length of the stock as well. So it looks like it sits on a rail system. Not sure how that's adjusted. I don't see any buttons. I think what you do is you just remove these, and it's got holes in the stock, so you can adjust the length, you can adjust the height. It's got QD sling points front and back, so putting slings on is going to be a breeze. The scope went on there really nicely. And yeah, I think if you're looking for a VSR styled platform, I'm not sure if this is 100% VSR compatible, but you know, off the cuff it looks fairly close. You know, I would want to run the Archwick SPR 300 mags. That mag adapter is a bit of a pain to get out. You have to use like a little tool. But if you've got this in, you're not going to be removing it in the field anyway. Very ingenious, that system. I do like it. I like it a lot. You know, it just matches the feeds up. But, you know, if you're an avid VSR user and you've got a ton of these sort of hanging about, you could just pop that mag in for the looks, and you've still got the ability to use VSR mags in the gun. Hope you like it. It's a bit of a long video. I know I did mess up at the start. That's my bad. Just rushing to excitedly try it out. Let me know what you think down in the comments below, especially of the two mag design system. Thanks for watching as always. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Check out the links in the description below if you'd be so kind. Join the Discord group. We're over 1,000 members now. It's a great place to get involved with the Jaeger community. And as always, from me and Bench, we'll see you in the next video.